much differently. I feel like I had enough time before I came here to plan out and kind of get used to the idea of moving here. But I would probably have brushed up on my Mandarin more before I came here, tried to learn a little bit more about the language. Other than that, it's pretty easy to pick things up and learn and get help from people when you get here.
Maybe before I came, I would have gotten more involved in the community with different activities to get a little more acquainted with teaching children and making them laugh and smile and have a good time.
If I could change one thing that I would change is I would learn more Chinese before I came and would have been better prepared with speaking to more locals here, because the language barrier can be pretty hard sometimes.
Although I did do some research on Shenyang and Liaoning province and a lot of things about the area, I think any more research that I could have done would have just further enriched my experience here. So what I would have done differently is just do more research on where I'm going.
I really think that living abroad is a challenging experience, but it's also very rewarding. I think you have a lot of opportunities to discover who you are and what kind of things you really enjoy and what things you need in your life to feel comfortable. So learning that about myself has definitely been rewarding.
It's very hard living in a place where you don't know the language at all, so at times when you're going to get frustrated, you just can't hear. So living in a country like this, you learn to be more patient and understanding.
Have your expectations, but be able to, you know, give those expectations a little wiggle room. You know, be able to know that you're in a foreign country that is developing quickly, that has been kind of closed off from the rest of the world, and you know, you have to learn to be patient and not be naive when certain things are happening to you. So yeah, I would just say make sure you come in just aware of your surroundings and ask a lot of questions. I don't think that when you're abroad and you have a question regarding culture, regarding where to go, regarding just even the minuscule things, you know, there's nothing that there's no such thing as a stupid question. I think that you need to ask a lot of questions.
Be prepared to try new things, try new food, be open to it, and learn the language, especially the English.
If I were to do anything differently, it would probably be to bring more socks. Because we don't wear shoes in the classroom, and I'm always going around and running and jumping and playing in my socks, so they're starting to wear out pretty quickly.
I would have probably bought a new computer for coming to China. If you have like a computer that has been in your possession for at least a year and a half, I would say that coming overseas, you definitely need to make sure that your technology is on point, because it's sort of like your lifeline. I mean, sometimes, you know, it's hard not to go out and not being able to speak the language or not know anybody, and you know, you kind of sit at home and you're on your computer, and if that breaks down, then you're just kind of bored. So I would say that if you know you feel like your computer is dying, don't bring it to China. Don't bring it overseas. Get a new one.
If you're looking to come to China, bring a lot of socks. I brought 64 pairs of socks, all brand new because it is phenomenal. Also, it's probably a good idea to explore some questionable food choices in your country, or wherever you're from, Canada or the US, whoever is coming in. But there's a lot of street food here, and it's delicious and it's cheap, but it takes a while for your stomach to adjust. So it's probably a good idea to just, you know, eat some counter pizza or something.
If you're coming to China, I would just advise that you really allow yourself to be open to new experiences. Make the effort to go out and immerse yourself in the culture, and you will get the benefits from that.
Oh wait, probably a good idea to buy a decent smartphone. It's not a terrible thing to do, but get something, or get a good idea of how you're going to get a smartphone, because really that's all that ties you to back home is your phone or your computer, so make sure you have at least one of those.
I think if you're interested in coming to China, you should definitely just go for it. I know it's a big leap of faith for a lot of people, but when you commit to it and you start packing and then you get on the plane and you get here, you realize that it's not as hard as you thought, and it's very doable and a lot of fun.
Pack lots of toothpaste. I don't like Chinese toothpaste.